Okay, you guys, this next class is an advanced suspension class. Let's get this party started. For this segment, I want you guys to connect your suspension kit to a high anchor point. I want you guys to watch me. Okay guys, we're going to turn to the side for this one, and we're going to hold onto one cable only. Now watch what I'm doing. I'm holding with my far hand, and I'm going over the top and supporting with my close hand. I'm going to go right up here. So what I'm going to do from here, I'm going to go into a side bend. I'm going to squeeze with my obliques and come straight back up. Just like that. You can see the knees are staying soft straight, so all the power is coming from the obliques. I'm going to go 45 seconds on one side, 45 seconds on the other. Let's get you guys to try it. Okay guys, let's get into it. Good, so you can see we're maintaining a straight body, so we're not bending back or forth at all, okay? So you've got to maintain that. And knees are staying soft straight, so all the power is coming from the obliques. Hands are staying stationary, right on top of the head, and they're not moving. You can see Adriana's elbows are right out, nicely supported and out of the way. Let's keep working. Now, these are fantastic for tightening up those love handles, guys. So give this one a serious go. We've got 2 more reps, then we're going to change. We're going to hit the other side as well. One last one. Okay, I'm going to get you to change over now. So let's face this way, and let's keep going. Go. Good. So you want to try and reach out, get as much range as you've got. That's spot on. And we're going to come back up into a straight line. Perfect. Let's keep them going. Got around 15 seconds left on this one. Two more reps. Last one. And time. Some shoulder presses into angel wings for this one, guys. So another 2-in-1 exercise. So what we're going to do from here is I'm going to go into a shoulder press, which is in fact a rollout, and then I'm going to keep that abdominal contraction by going into an angel wing. And you can see my body staying reasonably stationary throughout the whole movement. Your turn. Okay guys, I'm going to work in with you guys. Let's go. So important thing with the shoulder press on this one, guys, have a look. My elbows are coming to my ribs and it's going straight out. I'm not bending this way. You can't do that. You've got to keep it nice and straight. And then go straight into your angel wings. Nice T and straight back in line, okay? Now again, watching for that shoulder press. Just like that. Let's keep going. Changing your angle for this exercise. Stepping back is going to make the exercise a lot harder. Stepping forward is going to make it a lot easier. So work out where you're at. One more rep. And rest. Okay guys, let's get set. We're going to repeat the last 2 exercises. Okay guys, let's get into it. Good, so you can see we're maintaining a straight body, so we're not bending back or forth at all, okay? So you've got to maintain that. And knees are staying soft straight, so all the power is coming from the obliques. Hands are staying stationary, right on top of their head, and they're not moving. You can see Adriana's elbows are right out, nicely supported and out of the way. Let's keep working. Now, these are fantastic for tightening up those love handles, guys. So give this one a serious go. We've got 2 more reps, then we're going to change. We're going to hit the other side as well. One last one. Okay, I'm going to get you to change over now. So let's face this way, and let's keep going. Go. Good. So you want to try and reach out, get as much range as you've got. That's spot on. And we're going to come back up into a straight line. Perfect. Let's keep them going. Got around 15 seconds left on this one. Two more reps. Last one. And time. Okay guys, I'm going to work in with you guys. Let's go. So important thing with the shoulder press on this one, guys, have a look. My elbows are coming to my ribs and it's going straight out. I'm not bending this way. You can't do that. You've got to keep it nice and straight. And then go straight into your angel wings. Nice T. And straight back in line, okay? Now again, watching for that shoulder press. Just like that. Let's keep going. Changing your angle for this exercise. Stepping back is going to make the exercise a lot harder. Stepping forward's got to make it a lot easier, so work out where you're at. One more rep. And rest. Alright guys, we're going to work a double knee strike for this one. Now, I'm going to do it from my knuckles because I like to keep my wrist nice and straight when I do it. But if you want to do it from your hands, that's okay as well. So what I'm going to do from here is I'm going to lift right up. From here, we're going to strike, strike, and then other leg. Your turn. Okay, let's go, Marilyn. Good, so you guys can see the first one's shooting right down the pipe, right down the middle, and then feet together and shooting to the outside. So lead with your knees. That's the trick with this one. Make sure your knees are leading. And you just got to hold tight with your hands, either flat on your hands or on your knuckles, whichever one you prefer works. We've got 15 seconds to go on this one. One more rep. And we're done. Good job. Okay guys, we're gonna stir the pot for this next exercise. So I'm gonna start with my nice triangle base. So I've got weight on both my elbows and my fists as well. So I'm creating a nice sturdy base. I'm gonna lift right up from here and we're gonna stir the pot. So we're gonna work one direction for 5 reps and then we're gonna change it and work the other direction for 5 reps as well. We're gonna alternate every 5 repetitions. Your turn. All right, guys, let's get started. Let's go. So you guys can see as Marilyn's doing this exercise, when she's going into the tuck component, she's raising her hip right up. And then when she's getting into that plank component, she's nice and flat. So you guys want to make sure you're doing the same thing. Now the other thing to be conscious of is make sure your knees are staying together the whole time. The knees don't leave each other at all. We're doing really, really well. We're about halfway. Let's keep going. So just remembering to change every 5 repetitions. Now, you want to make sure when you're flattening out into your plank, you don't arch your back up. You want to make sure you're protecting your back the whole time. Let's keep working. We've got 2 more reps, Marilyn. 1 and 2. You're done. Okay guys, we're going to work some infinitives with this one. So this is how it works. We're going to start off as an atomic crunch, and then we're going to send it out and flatten out into a plank like that. Okay, let's go again. Your turn. Okay, let's get into it, Marilyn. So you guys can see a nice lift as she's getting into that atomic crunch, and then letting go really slowly, flattening out with your feet together and pulling it back into the next repetition. Perfect. These are fantastic. Let's keep them going. So it comes down to the control when you're releasing, you guys. You've got to make sure it's controlled, it's nice and slow, and you want to finish nice and flat in a plank. Perfect. We got 3 more, Marilyn. One last one. Fantastic. You're done. Let's get ready for action. We're going to repeat the last 3 exercises. Okay, let's go, Marilyn. Good, so you guys can see the first one's shooting right down the pipe, right down the middle, and then feet together and shooting to the outside. So lead with your knees. That's the trick with this one. Make sure your knees are leading. And you just got to hold tight with your hands, either flat on your hands or on your knuckles, whichever one you prefer works. We've got 15 seconds to go on this one. One more rep. And we're done. Good job. All right, guys, let's get started. Let's go. So you guys can see as Marilyn's doing this exercise, when she's going into the tuck component, she's raising her hip right up. And then when she's getting into that plank component, she's nice and flat. So you guys want to make sure you're doing the same thing. Now the other thing to be conscious of is make sure your knees are staying together the whole time. The knees don't leave each other at all. We're doing really, really well. We're about halfway. Let's keep going. So just remembering to change every 5 repetitions. Now, you want to make sure when you're flattening out into your plank, you don't arch your back up. You want to make sure you're protecting your back the whole time. Let's keep working. We've got 2 more reps, Marilyn. 1 and 2. You're done. Okay, let's get into it, Marilyn. So you guys can see a nice lift as she's getting into that atomic crunch, and then letting go really slowly, flattening out with your feet together and pulling it back into the next repetition. Perfect. These are fantastic. Let's keep them going. So it comes down to the control when you're releasing, you guys. You've got to make sure it's controlled, it's nice and slow, and you want to finish nice and flat in a plank. Perfect. We got 3 more, Marilyn. One last one. Fantastic. You're done. Okay guys, a fairly basic exercise. We're going to work a plank. It's just a suspended plank. What I'd like to do is I like to use a pair of dumbbells to keep my wrists nice and straight. If you prefer to do it on your knuckles for the same reason, or if you want to do it from your hand, that's okay as well. So all I'm going to do from here, I'm going to lift. I'm going to make sure I've got a vertical line from my wrist all the way to my shoulder. And then it's basically a horizontal line from my shoulder all the way to my ankle. Just going to hold it there, just like that. Controlled breathing, and that's pretty much it. You don't really need to do anything else. Just hold it for 60 seconds. Your turn. All right, guys, snowman push-ups named after my client who created this exercise. Okay, so basically what this is, it's a push-up and an alligator knee strike simultaneous. Okay, so watch me. So from here, I'm going to go into the push-up and the knee strike and finish back there. And I'm going to alternate. Okay, so twist that hip, get that knee strike in, and finish back. Let's go one more. Just there. Your turn. Okay guys, let's get set. We're going to repeat the last two exercises. a wide rollout for this one, guys. So basically, it's not an abdominal rollout, it's not an abs rollout where you're pushing straight up, and it's also not a fly. It's halfway between, so you're at a 10-10. I'm gonna show you guys. So from here, I'm gonna get out to a 10 past 10, right there, and squeeze back, finish there. So I'm gonna get the benefits of both the fly and the abs rollout all in the same technique, okay? So just out this way, and squeeze and come back, okay? You wanna make sure you keep your body nice and straight throughout, so you can see I'm not reaching for them, I'm not doing any of that. And then I'm just keeping my arms soft straight as well the whole time. So just opening up and closing. Your turn. Alright guys, we're going to work a single arm press for this one. So the way it's going to work, I'm going to start off with wide feet. So I want to make sure I've got a nice sturdy base. And my arm's right in front of me, just the one arm. I'm going to use the other one, place it on my hip, and I want to stay nice and square. So I'm going to drop into a chest press, but just on one side. And squeeze back out and finish right there. Okay, so you can see my body staying nice and square, and my elbow is nice and high. So it's the same as if I'm doing chest presses off both sides, except just have to stabilize a little bit more, and there's a little bit more pressure on the opposite hip as well, just because you've got to stabilize for yourself. Just like that. Then we're going to switch it up, switch arms, and then hit the other side for 60 seconds as well. Your turn. And switch sides now. And let's keep going. Okay guys, let's get set. We're gonna repeat the last 2 exercises. And switch sides now. And let's keep going. Okay, the next bunch of exercises are bilateral, which basically means you're going to have resistance bands connected on both sides of your bow bar. Okay, we're going to work some pullover crunches for this next exercise, guys. So watch me. I'm going to grab that same narrow grip I would use for my pullovers, but this time around, as I bring the pullover through, I'm going to crunch with it and back. So I'm lifting my head and shoulder blades off the ground, creating that crunch, and just going back to that relaxed position. One more rep. There. Your turn to try it. Okay, let's get into it, Marilyn. Good job. So you can see she's pulling right over. She's keeping the wrists nice and straight. We've got soft, straight elbows. And she's lifting her head and shoulder blades as she's going into the crunch. So she's getting both the upper body technique and the abs technique in one hit. Let's keep working. We've got 30 seconds left on this one. Excellent form. Keep maintaining. You can see feet and knees are staying together. Everything's nice and tight. Perfect. We've got 20 seconds left. Fight through it. You're doing an excellent job, Marilyn. Three, 2, 1, relax. Okay, for this exercise, we're going to work our Pilates hundreds, but what we'll do is we're going to create some resistance by incorporating the bow. So I'm going to go into a wide grip here. Now I'm going to get my legs nice and straight. I'm going to pull up in position like that. I'm going to work my hundreds from there, just like that. I get you guys to try it for yourselves. Okay, let's go, Sarah. Good, so you can see the knees nice and straight, toes are pointy, head's lifted, shoulder blades lifted, and she's just working her hundreds or her flutters if you like. We've got 45 seconds left on this one. Keep pressing the action. We're halfway, 30 seconds to go. You're looking strong, Sarah. Keep going. So the abs will be burning up around about now. The quadriceps, the hips are working as well. So pretty much the entire frontal range is engaged at this point. We've got 10 seconds left. Keep working. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, have a rest. Okay, for this exercise, we're going to stir the pot from a vertical bar position. I want you guys to watch me. So I'm going to grab my wide grip and I'm going to go into my vertical bar right there. And from here, we're going to start to stir the pot. So I'm tucking and extending in a circular motion, just like that. What we'll do is we're going to do 5 repetitions and turn the other way, just like that. We're going to keep changing every 5 repetitions for the next minute. Your turn to try. Okay, let's get into it, Sarah. Good, so we want to make sure we're keeping the bar nice and vertical on this one, so hold a little bit more vertical than that, perfect. And you can see she's doing 5 repetitions on one side and turning it and changing it every 5 reps. Now the knees are staying together, feet staying together, we're getting a nice tuck and we're getting a nice extension at the end as well, so this is perfect form. Let's keep pushing through, we're halfway, Sarah. Really going to tighten your lower abs and really tighten your obliques as well. We've got 20 seconds left. Keep pushing. Good job. We've got 10 seconds. So make sure you guys are keeping it up as well. Don't stop. It's pretty difficult at this stage towards the end of the set. Last rep and have a rest. Good job. Okay, for this exercise, we're going to work our side knee drops or side leg drops, if you like. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hold the bar vertical nice and still, and I'm going to tweak my obliques by moving knees from side to side. Watch me. So wide bar here, tabletop position, and we're going to turn to one side. I'm going to get to one side here, and I'm going to return it and get to the other side. Lifting and just like that. This one's going to be pretty hard to balance out. Your turn to try it. Okay, let's get into it. Good, so we're holding that vertical bar. It's hard to stabilize because you've got nothing supporting you on the ground, so this is quite difficult. And you can see Sarah's doing an excellent job working from one side to the other, keeping the knees and feet together. So you're central in your tabletop position, and we're dropping the knees to one side and then the other. What you want to try and do is you want to try and get as close to the floor as you can. It's quite difficult because you'll get to a point of no return. We want to make sure we're not going there. Keep working. You're doing an excellent job, Sarah. 20 seconds left on this one. Make sure your knees are staying together. We've got 10 seconds left. Holding that bar nice and vertical. And keep the same pace up. One more on that side. And we're done. Good job. Okay, we're going to work our rollovers for this exercise with a vertical bar. I'm going to show you how. I'm going to hold vertical right here. I'm going to go into straight knees, straight legs. I'm going to pull right up all the way to the bar and back down just there. And try and keep our knees as straight as we can. One last one. And your turn. Okay, let's hold that vertical line. Perfect. And let's start to hit those rollovers. Excellent. Good. So you can see we're keeping the legs nice and straight the whole time. You can see Marilyn's rolling over, tailbones lifting off the ground, and she's actually touching the bow and finishing just before she hits the ground. Now, if you go too low with your feet on this one, you're going to put some pressure on your lumbar spine, so we want to try and avoid that. Marilyn's actually finishing in a perfect spot right now. Good. Keep making sure we're keeping the knees nice and straight. Keep working. Three more. Two more. One last one. And time. Excellent job. We're going to use the floor and do our oblique crunches from here. I want you guys to watch me. I'm going to go lie right down. I'm going to grab my bar as though I'm going to do some crunches. What I'll do is I'm going to tilt my knees to one side, just like that. I'm going to pull straight up and down and rest. Straight up again and down and rest. And what we'll then do is we'll switch it up, take the knees to the other side and work some more from there. 1 minute on each side. Your turn. Okay, let's go even. Good, so we want to make sure, try and keep the knees rested on one side, and we're really going from the abs straight to the obliques here, crunching right through. We're going to go a minute on this side, and then we're going to swing the knees towards me. We're going to go for another minute. Good, controlled breathing, exhaling as you're coming up into the crunch. Inhaling as you're allowing that little rest. Make sure your head gets a bit of a rest as well on this one. 20 seconds left on this side. Keep working. Last 10 seconds. And change over now. So just swing the knees towards me. I'm going to drop them down and work from there. Go. Excellent. So you guys can see the bow's just rested on Ethan's chest and he's just holding it with his arms. So he's not actually forcing any movement with the arms at all. Keep him going. Doing a good job. We've got 40 seconds left and then we can rest after that. Last 20 seconds. It's starting to get pretty tough now. Let's keep working. Making sure the shoulder blades are lifting right off the ground. 5 seconds to go. 2 more reps. Last rep. And you're done. Well done, you guys. You got through your workout for today. Let's turn our attention to our in-house instructor for 3 minutes of stretching.